My first attempt was at the age of 22. It was just about entirely unplanned, at least consciously. We'd gotten into a big fight the night before. I went shopping at the mall the next day to get out of the house. As I was driving home, I was about to pass a drugstore and made a snap decision to go in and buy some sleeping pills. I know now, after spending a few days on the internet trying to find something that does work, that this is not usually a very successful method. At the time, I suppose I figured if one or two sleeping pills could knock me out, a whole bottle or two would do just fine. I went home and started writing out things that I wanted to take place after I died. Then I started downing as many of the pills with water as I could, as fast as I could, before I could lose my nerve, which the hospital estimated at between 80 and 100 pills. I started to gag at some point, but kept forcing them down. It never occurred to me, as some of these websites point out, that I should have checked into a hotel or run off to Mexico to do the deed. I'm sure part of me wanted to be found, or I would have done a better job, but I was also dumb to the realities. I remember my husband trying to slap me awake, being carried down the steps, wetting myself in the emergency room, and the panic that set in the second before I conked out when I realized that I was paralyzed and couldn't move, and then being amazed that even though everything else had shut down, my hearing was the last to go. Who would have thought? I somewhat woke up about a week later in the hospital to a nurse trying to get me to sign transfer papers. According to my husband and family, I had talked to them and even made phone calls on my own during the week, but did not remember a second of the week up to that point. I was transferred to the psychiatric ward of another hospital, and even that second week is a bit foggy. Apparently, I said things to the doctors about my past that were not even true, and I don't know if this is because I was loopy and didn't understand the questions, or if they didn't understand my answers.